going on, everybody? Welcome back to G Miles World. Today we're going to be talking about the X factors for the halfbacks, and I want to make sure again that I continue to reiterate, this is for the regular game, right? So when you're actually planning for what we do here at G Miles World, which is a lot of Madden Ultimate Team, most of the running backs are going to be able to mix and match these X factors, but it's very important to understand when you're dealing with the next gen, the ability that they have as their superstar X factor in regs will influence the way that they play in MUT. And I'm going to give you guys some examples because some of you guys have some very interesting questions after I put out the quarterback X factors yesterday. You're like, yo, G-Maya, how does that correspond to what goes on in MUT? Well, I'm going to answer that question right now for you guys. We're going to start off right now with ankle breaker. Many of you guys can guess who this player is. You know, obviously, it's CMC, but we're going to go up to the top real quick and we're going to take a look at what goes on. Truly devastating receiving threats are ones that can catch and can't be caught. Obviously, this guy's a multi-purpose back. He's very similar to Alvin Kamara in my opinion, but he's very unique in the fact that he doesn't really get a lot of respect for his speed, his breakaway speed. Although he's burnt dudes for 6 regularly, people still won't look at him as that speedster. But he's very, very agile, you know, when healthy, and he's a really good guy to catch the ball out of the backfield. Like I said, very, very similar, but he will break your ankles, right? So when you play with him in MUT, he's going to have a certain type of change of direction. He's going to have a certain type of agility that's going to make it easier for you to mix and move and, you know, carry on the way you want to do whatever you want when you're trying to break dudes down. Because you can still stop and go in, you know, on next gen, but it's not needed. Because pretty much the movement is so ridiculous that if the player that you're playing against, if he makes one wrong move, let's say you're planning to juke to the left and he attempts to go to the right, he will not be able to recover on next gen. See, current gen is very unique because you can do a lot of weird stuff. It's not the same thing with this game. Next gen Madden is going to continue to be a different type of evolution because regardless of what their vision is, the players do not move like human beings, right? So once you get used to the movement, which most of you guys are still not able to, you know, pretty much say you are. I'm pretty much used to the movement at this point. I think I'm about 146 and 26, you know, for my rank record. For those of you guys that check out the other YouTube videos, when I play live, you guys can check it out live on Twitch as well. So I've pretty much understood the way the game works. Still, there's still learning to do because Madden 22, obviously, it's a new game. It's going to be probably a different type of feel overall. But for the most part, a running back like this, he's probably going to go for 6. At launch, you'll be able to move around a lot easier. Just a quick point of order. Barry Sanders on next gen, Alvin Kamara, certain players, they move side to side really, really quickly. And if your defender, like I just told you guys before, if he makes one wrong step, he's done. It's over. You're going for 6. So the ankle breaker just lets you know he's going to be more of that type of elusive, you know, pretty much an elusive type running back. Then we go over the first one free. Most of these are still similar, right? Once you get into the zone, you have a high fake out rate on the next juke, spin, or hurdle, which means that necessarily, once you're highlighted, I would probably stay with the spin or the juke. The hurdle is very, very difficult to get, you know, actively successfully, but it's still the same players. Saquon, Barkley, Dalvin Cook, right? So with the first one free, let me just first say this. A lot of you guys are like, yo, why is EA Sports giving Saquon so much love? He got hurt, all this stuff. Well, pretty much, they don't just go by the most recent ratings. They go by a lot of different things that go into the actual game, right? So Saquon's last card and the last time we see them play in the NFL, he was pretty much a stud. EA evaluates that and they kind of try to visualize him coming back and being the same thing. So for those of you guys that had that issue, like, yo, what the hell is this, G-Maya, bro, it's wild. That's why they're going to go based on previous stuff, although he got hurt. Dalvin Cook is an unbelievable stud. So I don't, like last year, Madden 21 on current gen, when the game first came out, we actually had him early. He was a really good running back. And consistently in the NFL, he is as well. So, you know, he obviously deserves an X factor. But I'm just talking about the Saquon thing because Saquon's going to be a monster. And let me tell you this right now, the Giants need him if they're going to compete. So all this stuff you guys are talking about, yo, Danny Dimes, no, dude, no. You need Saquon, a.k.a. Saquons. So this is another type of back that is going to be more elusive, more electric, be able to take that ball for 6, throw it to him out of, you know, in the backfield, whatever, he's going for 6, may get a little bit more trucking with Saquon Barkley because he's a bigger back. But you will be able to get that breakaway speed once you do a couple moves. All right, so that's very important to understand that aspect. when you look at the first one free. Now, before we go to the next thing, is first one free something that we often use? I would say no. I don't think a lot of us usually use it as an X factor. We're more like, you know what I'm saying, Freight Train and stuff like that, because Freight Train go crazy. And we'll get to that shortly. But some of you guys are asking, what would I put on my back in, Ultimate Team? I would go with Freight Train. Because Freight Train is a no-brainer. When you hear Freight Train, you guys already know. You think about Eric Dickerson, but you know that it's Derrick Henry, right? If they bring Eric Dickerson back for next gen, it's going to be hell to pay, pretty much. So these two backs have it. Now, let me just say something to my Dallas Cowboy fans. I don't think Ezekiel Elliott should have this. I don't think that he's at that level where he should be getting, like, his body looks right now. It looks like he's been in really, really good shape. I'm waiting to see how it translates on the field. But I don't think that he should get Freight Train. You Cowboy fans, some of you guys agree with me because you're logical. Some of you guys are just psychopaths and are going to say, yo, bro, no, he be trucking dudes. No, he don't. He's slow. He wasn't able to get those inches and those yards last season. I don't think he should have it. It is what it is. They gave him something. He's a name that sells. He's a Dallas Cowboy. He's going to get something. Derrick Henry deserves it. Realistically, Derrick Henry should be the only card on this page that gets Freight Train, because we visibly see that he will run you over and go for 6. So he deserves it. The other guy, not so much. And that's again, that is my opinion. I welcome you guys to leave your opinions as well. But I don't believe that Ezekiel Elliott earned enough to get the Superstar X Factor ability. But again, translating into Madden Ultimate Team, the bigger, more powerful backs are going to have that advantage. So I'm looking to get Derrick Henry day one. And I will go over the running backs for you guys later on today. So definitely, if you're not subscribed, definitely do that. Turn on your alerts to know when the videos go live and all that good stuff, because I am going to touch on that in a little bit. But Derrick Henry, he deserves it. More than likely, X Factor and Mutt, I'm going to use this. Okay? Their ability increases their chance to break the next tackle, which means that, bro, you can just keep trucking and go all the way down the field. And it's not even fair with Derrick Henry. It's unbelievably ridiculous. So that's just something that I would want to make sure you guys know about. Satellite. Only one running back in the league, I believe, is utilized in this manner, to where you get those catching abilities at the running back position, and he also can run, and he's like a savage beast in the run game. And guess who that is? Alvin Kamara. A lot of people don't give him that overall, like, full back, all-purpose respect. It's a lot different with a lot of different things that go on within the game for whatever reason. But he's a very, very good running back, and he's a guy that's going to get you those, that short yardage, and he'll truck you. And that's, like, I've seen him truck dudes in real life too. I've seen him stiff arm dudes. He's one of the most all-purpose that's in the league, and you got to respect that. But the satellite is more of like, pretty much you can't defend the flat. You cannot defend the flat in Madden. So what happens is, when you get a guy like this and he has satellite, it's going to increase those chances to do that. So the rack and the possession catches, that's going to increase when you have satellite, actually activated. Is it an ability that a lot of us use? No. But it's something that I would say is worth it early on if it's going to be glitchy and you're going to be able to utilize them that way, throwing table routes, throwing it to out of the backfield, doing weird stuff like that, maybe a Texas route here and there. Those type of things, it might work out for you, right? And then finally, we have Wrecking Ball. And when we think about Wrecking Ball, this is also one guy. This is one guy in the league. When you think Wrecking Ball, and I know some of you guys like, yo, Derrick Henry should have Wrecking Ball because it increases the success rate on trucks and stiff arms. And I totally agree, but Derrick Henry's already a cheat code. This one right here is going to go to Nick Chubb in my pants, right? This guy's a monster out there. So I'm going to let you guys understand these cards right now, what they're going to be doing and what they're going to add to your team. It's going to be dependent upon what you want to do. I'm going to go Derrick Henry because I already know with the current next gen, he's going to have 86 speed, powered up, maybe goes to 87, 88. He's going to be really, really good. I'm going to go with that guy. Whatever you guys choose to do, that is solely up to you. But these bigger, more powerful backs, they are going to be useful like the old days of Madden. They'll be able to truck and keep running, and they'll be able to do a lot of different things. So now is the time that, like I said, later on, we're going to go over the top 5 running backs and things like that. And we're going to make sure everybody understands what's happening. And from there, you'll be able to determine what you want to do. But as of right now, I'm looking at Derrick Henry as the best back available at launch. Because I'm not looking all for speed. I'm looking for what's going to make him better for next gen. If you are a current gen player, you should stick with the more elusive Saquons, Dalvin Cooks and things like that. that's probably what would be your best bet as far as being on the current gen. But next gen is going to be all about size, speed, and strength. All right, so that's everything that's going on right now within the Madden world as far as X Factors. If you guys have any other additional questions, please feel free to go ahead and drop it in the comment section. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You enjoy your day. One love, y'all.